Hi, and welcome to the Unstoppable Women's Network. I am your host, Dr. D from the Dr. D Effect. This is a safe space for women identifying individuals who are looking for tips, tools, guidance, and support on how you can be your most unstoppable and authentic selves in every aspect of your life. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about depression. So depression is very near and dear to my heart because I myself have combat and overcome symptoms of depression. And here I am as fabulous as ever after overcoming and still continuing to conquer my depressive symptoms. So I think depression is just a very big word to say feelings of like self-doubt or lack of self-confidence or just feeling like overwhelmingly sad. And I think a lot of people misuse or misdiagnose depression because they think it looks a certain way, and depression looks different on everybody. So for myself, depression looked like angry outbursts. It looked like hyper focusing on anything outside of myself. So essentially on my business, I was hyper focused on making sure that my business was successful. And that's what depression looked like for me. So I think a lot of it is about knowing your body and knowing what makes you tick and knowing what works for you so that you can say, okay, you know what, this doesn't feel right. Something is off. And also having a really strong network around you who can say, hey, what's going on, something's wrong, what do you need in order to feel whole, and having someone that you can go to and ask for help, I think is super important when you're experiencing symptoms that feel different than your normal functioning. I also thought this was an interesting topic to bring up because of everything that's been in the news lately. With COVID-19, there's lots of people are undergoing higher levels of stress and discomfort with having to be home and losing their jobs and being furloughed and different things, and those can be really stressful, and those compacted levels of stress can impact or cause depression. And so most recently I think I was listening to a podcast because I must admit I am not a connoisseur of media television. I don't usually watch, like the Housewives, and I don't keep up with entertainment individuals, but I am a huge fan of Tamar Braxton, and I heard most recently that she had her own, what people are claiming as attempted suicide because of her own battles of depression and sadness. And I thought that was really interesting because she is someone who exhibits as a very strong woman, and not that strong women can't have sadness and depression, but I don't think it was mainstream knowledge that she was undergoing these stressors and strains. And so having known that she underwent an attempt to harm herself because she was feeling overwhelmed and stressed out was really sad to me, because I wonder if she had anybody in her circle that she felt close enough to or comfortable enough with to say, hey, something's wrong. I don't feel myself. I need help. And I think that's really important. We all need somebody that we can lean on. I do not own the rights to that song, but essentially we need someone that we can go to. And I wonder about, other individuals who are not as publicized as Tamar, who are feeling, unseen and not validated and feeling overwhelmed and stressed out, and they don't have anyone to go to. I want this space to be a space that you can go to and be validated, and that you are able to resonate with some of the things that I say so that you feel empowered enough to overcome whatever stressors are in your life. So I will disclose a little about me. So I am the youngest girl of 4. Yes, lots of estrogen in the home. So in addition to having our mom there, it was me and my older 3 sisters, and very strong, opinionated women, very vocal, women who don't take no shit, who have lots of things to say. And I learned at a very early age that if I didn't speak up and say what I needed, then ultimately my needs would not get met. And so I verbalize myself often in different arenas and different spaces. And if I don't, I guess that also pushed me to have a high level expectation of, pushed me to have a high level expectation of excellence. And so much so now that when things are not just so, I get very overwhelmed. And that consistent being overwhelmed can lead me to feeling then depressed. So I have to manage that, right? And watch how much pressure I put on myself and how much pressure I allow others to impose on me. And so I've had to be really good about setting boundaries in all aspects of my life and in all different types of relationships. And if you are one of those people who are wondering how to set healthy boundaries in your life or in your profession or your career or in your relationship, use the link in my video to go to my website and sign up for my boundary setting webinar. I give you all the tips and tools for how you can set healthy boundaries in relationships and develop healthier relationships that are pouring into you and supporting you instead of draining and depleting you. But I digress. But so because I was able to do those things, I've been able to set up this expectation of excellence in other arenas. But when I underwent recent life changes of becoming a mom and becoming a wife, I kind of lost sight of a diva. Oh my gosh, super scary, right? And then as a person who's had such a big voice all of my life and been advocating for myself forever, it was really scary and stressful for me to feel muted in those different aspects of life. And so I became depressed because I was not feeling like myself. And my depression didn't look like extreme sadness. It didn't look like that to me. It looked like lashing out. It looked like angry. It looked like avoidance. It looked like hurting people that I care about. That is what my depression looked like. And I had to identify that for myself. And I feel very blessed and fortunate that I had a partner who was able to mirror that for me and show me, hey, something's off, something's wrong. We need to figure it out because you're not yourself, right? So I am very passionate about helping other people identify what depression looks like to them, and also empowering women to know that it is okay if you need help. It's okay if you don't feel like yourself. It's okay if you don't have it all together. None of us do. We're not perfect. We are human. And though we may be better at multitasking than our male counterparts, we need help too. And it doesn't make you weak, or it doesn't make mean that you're sick if you ask for help, because we all have mental illness. We're all overcoming something, but it's all how you deal with it. Our resilience levels vary from person to person. So don't be afraid to say, hey, I need, or I want, hold me, hug me, touch me, kiss me, tell me tell me it's okay if I need these things. Advocate for yourself, and know that no matter how far you rise, we all need help. It's a level of vulnerability that's in us because we're human beings. So I just wanted to touch base today, you guys, and talk a little bit about depression. I hope that what I had to share was helpful and insightful for some of you. Again, like I mentioned before, if you want some more tips and tools and some guidance for how to establish healthy boundaries in your life to fortify healthy relationships that pour into you, go to our link below at our website to schedule some time for our Relationships That Know No Bounds webinar, where we give you those tips for building healthy relationships and boundaries in your life. And again, I am Dr. D from the Dr. D Effect, and you are tuning in to the safe space that we call the Unstoppable Women's Network. Be beautiful, be power, and continue to heal and prosper. Peace, you guys.